I'm Mark Rexler with the Climatographers. Now, I have long seen climate change as primarily a communications problem. And so when I came across Randy Olson's work a while ago on the topic of narrative and how the lack of a good narrative is a huge impediment to making climate progress, I was intrigued. And so I've been continuing to dig into Randy's work and thought it was actually worth putting together this mini brain to allow anyone to dig into Randy's work and thinking a lot more simply than you might otherwise be able to do by digging through all of his blogs and all of his websites and his films and all sorts of other things. So if you purchase this free mini brain, you can access it online, you can download it, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of what it includes, explanatory text, and then it walks through Randy's famous ABT and but therefore framework and introduces you to his early thinking around these topics, some of his documentaries, Flock of Dodo, about intelligent design, some of the episodes of his blog from the period 2010 to 2015 when he was developing a lot of these ideas, and all of this information is accessible from within the mini brain. You can move on to sort of the but, which is where he explores the problem in more detail and pointing you to videos of presentations that he's given. It's a couple of his books, interviews and news stories with Andy Revkin and others. And then you move on to the therefore. Again, a lot of great podcast material, including some of his podcasts with other people. And as it turns out, the podcast he did, Business of Story, the podcast he did right after the 2016 election on the failure of Hillary Clinton's narrative story and the role that played in the election, is actually the most popular podcast that the Business of Story has ever had. So all of this information collected for very easy access, and you can come back to it whenever you want if you download it or look at it online. And I hope you'll register and take a look. Thanks.